Prabhu Nitya Priyadvaita Ganadhara Shivasani Gauravinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. So, welcome everyone. We are continuing our discussion from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 4, chapter 24, chanting songs sung by Lord Shiva. In this chapter, we have heard so far the Pracheta. Maitreya Muni continues the discussion of the genealogical line of Prithu Maharaj, because the question was about the Prachetas. And in the course of description, the Prithu Maharaj's story came, and Maitreya Muni Viduji asked about the various activities of Prithu Maharaj. Now, Maharaj's story ended, so Maitreya Muni continued. And in that night, in the line of Prithu Maharaj, one of the great kings was Barhishat, Prachina Barhishat. And he was known as Prachina Barhi. Prachin means towards the eastern side. Barhi means the Kushagra. He was so expert in ritualistic ceremonies that he had spread this Kusha. He had spread this Kusha grass all over the surface of the earth, so that there should be no time waste. As soon as he needed, he could do the sacrifice. He had 10 sons called Prachetas. They were very great devotees of the Lord. They were sent by Prachina Barhi to do tapasya, because to procreate also requires lots of fire credit. So Prachetas, as they left, on the way, they saw a very beautiful lake. The description of the lake was described in the previous class we heard. And then suddenly he saw Lord Shiva and all his associates, all the devatas coming out of that lake. They were very surprised. And Lord Shiva, he says, actually, I am very pleased with you. Param Brahmasa Sakshat Tiruna Jiva Sangita Bhagavantam Vasudeva Prapannasa Priyoti. Because all of you are devotees of Krishna. So therefore you are naturally very dear to me. In fact, my devotees are not so dear to me than the devotees of the Lord. So Lord Shiva, he starts instructing all these Prachetas in a very powerful mantra. He himself says that I will describe to you this one mantra, which is not only transcendental. Idam viviktam japtavyam pavitram mangalam param nishreyasakaram chapi shuyatam tadavadami vaha. Please listen as I describe this wonderful mantra, which is all auspicious, all pure, voice is not clear?
Voice is not as it used to be. It is, at least to me. I'm not sure. Others can confirm. So
Sorry.
Now it should be better.
yes. yes.
There was some difference in the. Okay, so now from 33rd verse onwards, Lord Shiva, he starts speaking about this beautiful Rudra Gita, the song which he has sung in the glorification of Lord Krishna. We'll recite this first verse. Shri Rudra Uvacha
Sri Rudra Uvacha
Jitam ta Atma Vidvarya
Jitam ta Atma Vidvarya
Swastaye Swastirastu me
Swaste
Bhavata Radha Saradham
Bhavatara
Sarvasmatmane Namaha.
Sarvasmatmane Namaha.
Lord Shiva addressed the Supreme Personality of Godhead with the following prayer. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, all glory is unto you. You are the most exalted of all self-realized souls. Since you are always auspicious for the self-realized, I wish that you be auspicious for me. You are worshipable by virtue of all perfect instructions you give. You are the super soul, therefore I offer my obeisances unto you as the supreme living being.
Yes. So this is the prayer which Lord Shiva is making to the Supreme Lord. Just few seconds. Okay. So from 33rd verse, this 33rd verse onwards till 68th verse, the beautiful Rudra Gita will be spoken by Lord Shiva. And this is actually prayers to satisfy Supreme Lord Vishnu or Krishna. So Lord Shiva, on his own, he is giving this wonderful knowledge. Although they didn't ask for it. They didn't ask, can you please tell? No. He automatically on his own, he is giving such wonderful knowledge to all these prachetas because he naturally wants to help the devotees of Krishna. That is the mood of all the devatas. We have heard in the previous chapter when Dhruva was in difficulty, all the sages, they came together, they started helping Dhruva. So that is always there. All the devatas and all the great sages, whenever they see some devotees trying to advance in Krishna consciousness, they become favorably disposed to that person. So this Rudra Gita starts with this first verse. In this, there are various sections. The first section of this Rudra Gita is a prayer. Lord Shiva will offer various prayers to sense devatas. Sense devatas. Anyone remembers how the sense devatas were formed? When they were formed? We have heard in the...
Ahankara in the mode of goodness.
Yeah, correct. So Ahankara in the mode of goodness creates the sense devatas and the mind. So these sense devatas, they are very important because they are the controller of all our senses. So in the first section, Lord Shiva will offer prayers to all the sense devatas from 33rd to 43rd. There's 11 verses, he will describe, he'll offer prayers to all the sense devatas first. Why? To purify the existence. First, the existence has to be purified so that one can take darshan of the Lord. Although Lord Shiva is all pure, he doesn't have to offer prayers to all the sense devatas. But out of his humility, he is offering prayers to all of them. And then he feels confident that now I can see the form of the Lord, worship him, serve him. Then the second section, which Lord Shiva describes after getting purified, it is not that he is just instructing all these prachetas. He is also experiencing, he is also himself practicing. He is offering prayers. And then in the second section from 44 to 52, he describes the beautiful form of the Lord. And he describes the glories of serving the form of the Lord. That is second section. We'll see very beautiful verses coming here in this section. And then after this, the third section, he will describe the most suitable way of worshipping this form is Bhakti Yoga. That is 54 to 59. Bhakti Yoga is the best way to worship this form of the Lord. And Lord Shiva explains the process of Bhakti Yoga. And then in the last section, from 60 to 66 verses, he describes the relationship between the Lord and the cosmos, this material universe. So that is the flow of this Rudra Gita. So Lord Shiva, he is now offering this prayer. Jitam ta atma vitvarya. Jitam. Jitam means all glory is unto you, O my Lord. You are Atma Vidvarya. You are the most exalted of all the self-realized souls. That means you are the worshipable of all the self-realized souls. Swastaye swastirastume. Since you are always auspicious for the self-realized, I wish that you be auspicious for me also. Swastaye, you are swastye, you are all auspicious. Swastirastume, may you be auspicious for me also. Therefore, bhavata aradhasa radham. You are worshipable by virtue of all perfect instructions you give. You are giving all the instructions, and by that instruction, we are worshipping you. Bhavata aradhasa radham. And Sarvasma Atmane Namaha. Sarvasma Atmane means, therefore, you are the super soul of everyone. Sarvasma, you are the super soul. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord. So, this first line, Jitam ta Atma with Varya, different people have different levels of self realizations. Here, Atma Vidvarya means you are the most exalted of all the self-realized souls. Different people have different realizations, different level. And one who knows Krishna, he knows the Lord to the fullest, Bhagavan. So that is the Jitamta Atma Vid. So Lord Shiva is now offering obeisances. He's actually offering an invocation prayer to invoke auspiciousness. This is the first invocation prayer to invoke auspiciousness, and then he'll offer prayers to all the sense devatas. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, the devotee in praising the Lord first utters Jai, Jai. Jitam. Jitam means all glories, you all victory unto you, O my Lord. Jitam. You have revealed yourself as a supreme in order to produce the most auspicious state for the best of Atmaram. Swastaye. It comes from the word swasti. Swastaye, swastirastume. So Prabhupada writes, Chakravarti Thakur writes, this refers to the eternal condition of being a devotee such as Shukadeva, who had attraction for the sweet qualities of the Lord. The devotees, they're not interested in impersonal liberation. They are interested in serving the Lord. They're interested in the personal form of the Lord. He quotes few verses, how the devotees, they feel themselves so very humble, insignificant. Katham Pashyamahi Striya, he quotes this verse by Kunti Maharani. And this form of the Lord is so attractive that even great personalities who are self-realized, liberated souls also get attracted. He quotes this verse, Atma Ramascha Munayo Nirgrantha Api Urukrame Purvanti Ahayetuki Bhakti Uttam Bhuta Guno Harihi. Shukdev Goswami is telling this in the second chapter, second canto, first chapter. Let me also have that auspicious state. Let there be perfection by worshipping you. So somebody may say, the Lord may say, but you attain that worship by Guru or my devotee and no one else, not by me. You attain that worship by Guru. You're always worshipable. You want auspiciousness, you're also worshipable. You attain that worship by Guru and by or my devotee and no one else, not by me. He says, no, you are the form of everyone. You are the Guru and devotee. You make me worship you. You teach me how to worship you because you are the best of the devotee also. Apani Acharya Prabhu Shikhai Musabare. The Lord is always there, teaching everyone by his own example how to worship him. Now, he starts offering prayers to all the sense devatas, starting with the deity of Chitta. The deity of Chitta is Vasudeva. We'll recite this. Namah Pankajanaභaya
Abhaya
Bhuta Sukshmendriyatmane
Bhuta Sukshme
Vasudevaya Shantaya
Vasudevaya
Vasudevaya
Kasthaya Swarochise.
Kutastaya My Lord, you are the origin of the creation by the virtue of the lotus flower which sprouts from your navel. You are the supreme controller of the senses and the sense objects, and you are also the all-pervading Vasudeva. You are most peaceful, and because of your self-illuminated existence, you are not disturbed by the 6 kinds of transformations.
Namah Pankajanabhaya, where it has come earlier.
Kunti Maharani prayer.
Kunti Maharani offers this prayer. Namah Pankajamaline, Namah Pankajanitraya, Namaste Pankajangrahe. So this is a prayer to Vasudev, who is the deity of Chitta, consciousness. Therefore, Pankajanabh. Bhut Sukshma Indriya Atmane. You are the supreme controller of senses and the sense objects. Bhuta Sukshma, sense objects, and Indriya, the senses also. You are the origin, you are the controller. Vasudevaya, you are all pervading Vasudeva. Shantaya, you are most peaceful. And Kutasthaya means you are not disturbed by the 6 transformations. The 6 kinds of transformations don't affect the Supreme Lord. Birth, growth, maintains, byproducts, dwindles, dies. These does not happen in the Supreme Lord. You are Swarochishe. You are self-illuminated. Srila Prabhupada, first we'll see Chakravarti Thakur's purport. However, bhakti to you involving the actions of all the senses directed to you, and all the senses are dependent on you and nobody else. You are this Bhuta Sukshma Indriya Atmane. So all the actions are directed to you and senses are dependent on you. So therefore, please be merciful and make my senses also dedicated to you. So if you have your Subodhini in front, you will see a nice table, nice chart, the deity for which this prayer is made, then the function of the deity and the purpose of the prayer. It is all from Chakravarti Thakur's commentaries. So this deity, Vasudeva, he is a controller of the senses and the sense objects. Bhuta Sukshma Indriya Atmane. This is the function. Now what is the prayer? You are Shantaya. You are peaceful. Make me also peaceful. So here the prayer is made. You are also peaceful. You are Shantaya. So please make me peaceful also. You are all pure. Make me also pure. Here the Chakravarti Thakur writes, I offer respects to Vasudev in order to purify each sense individually. You are pure. You make me also pure. O Vasudev, make my chitta peaceful and unchanging, and then make it conscious of bhakti by revealing your beauty. Swarochishe. This is the purpose of this prayer. Make me peaceful, unchanging. My chitta, you are the deity of chitta. Let my consciousness be peaceful and unchanging, not getting disturbed by the material transformations. You are Kutastha. You never change. Let my consciousness also not change to material. And please reveal your beauty. So that is the first prayer. Prabhupada in the purport, he describes the Supreme Lord. He lies in the Garbhoda Ocean, and then Brahma comes from the navel, lotus comes, and the lotus Brahma is born. He is a creator of all these 14 planetary systems. Since Lord Shiva considers him to be the product of the material world, his senses are under the control of the Supreme Creator. His humility is, he's saying, I am also created by Brahma. So I am also one of the products of material world. So please purify me, control my senses. So that is the humble prayer Lord Shiva is making. Lord is Rishikesha, Bhuta Sukshmendriyatmane. Lord is Rishikesha, he can control the senses. So therefore, if he desires, by his grace, our senses can also come under control. Prabhupada writes, Shantaya Kutasthaya Swarochishe is significant. Although the Lord is within this world, he is not disturbed by the 6 transformations. Okay, what are the 6 transformations? They become agitated when they are hungry, when they are thirsty, when they are aggrieved, when they are illusioned, when they grow old at the time of death. So these are the different manifestations of the 6 kinds of transformations: hunger, thirst, aggrieved, illusion, grow old, death. They are agitated always by these transformations. So the Lord is Kutasthaya, He never changes. Iswarochishe, please make my consciousness be fixed in your form. Next verse, very beautiful verse again. Sankarshanaya Sukshmaya
Sankarshanaya
Sankarshanaya Sukshmaya
Durantayantakaya cha
Durantakaya cha
Namo Vishwaprabodhaya
Namo
Namo
Vishwabodhaya
Pradyumnayantaratmane
Pradyumnayam Antaratmane.
My dear Lord, you are the origin of the subtle material ingredients, the master of all integration as well as the master of all disintegration, the predominating deity named Sankarshan, and the master of all intelligence known as the predominating deity Pradyumna. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
So in the first verse, Vasudeva was offered prayer. He is a deity of Chitta. Now in this, 2 more deities are offered prayers, Sankarshan and Pradyumna. They are Chaturvyuha. First, the Chaturvyuha is offered prayers. Vasudeva, Sankarshan. Sankarshan is the deity of ego. And Pradyumna is the deity of Buddhi, intelligence. So he says, Sankarshana, he is Antakaya, Duranta Antakaya. He is unsurpassable. Nobody can, be beyond the Lord. And he is the master of disintegration. He destroys. The Lord, as Sankarshana, he destroys this material world. At the end of the creation, fire comes out of the mouth of Sankarshana, Ananta. Therefore, he is called as Antakaya. He is a master of destruction, master of disintegration or destruction of the universe, destroyer of the universe. So what is my prayer for the Lord? He says, my prayer is my consciousness. We'll see. Chakravarti Chakra's property says, yes. O Sankarshana, burn up my bondage of infinite attachments to the house and body, because you are Sukshmaya, you are unmanifested, you are infinite. You burn by the fire from your mouth. So therefore, what do you please do? Burn my bondage. All the bondage I have, please burn them. They are caused through the workings of possessiveness and ego. And after burning my consciousness, my material attachments, what you should do? Bind the possessiveness to Vishaya. Vishaya Vastu is Lord. So after destroying all my possessiveness for things of the world, bind my possessiveness to the Lord. And bind my ego to my real identity as a devotee. Jivera Swarup Hoy, Krishnera Nitya Das. That should be my identity always. And then Pradyumna, he is the master of intelligence. So he is offering a prayer. Wake up my intelligence, O Pradyumna, so that it will situate me in bhakti. So these are the prayers preparing the consciousness. To offer prayers to the Lord, first we have to be in right consciousness. So Lord Shiva is showing how to offer prayers also. First we have to purify our consciousness before even praying to the Lord. Otherwise we can't pray also properly. Prabhupada writes in the purport. He says, Sankarshana, he is a master of integration and disintegration, whereas Pradyumna is responsible for the universal growth and maintenance. Sukshmaya is significant because within this gross material body, there is mind, intelligence, ego. And Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna and Aniruddha, they maintain gross and subtle elements of the world. So therefore, first prayers are offered to these personalities. Okay, now. Aniruddha is offered one more. Now Aniruddha is offered a prayer. So Pradyumna, he is called as Vishwa Prabodhaya. Shankarshan is called as Antakaya, and Pradyumna is called as Vishwa Prabodhaya. Vishwa Prabodhaya means he is the master of development of the universe. So therefore, please develop my intelligence also. Wake up my intelligence so that it will situate me in bhakti. Now, Aniruddha, he is the predominating deity of the mind. So a prayer is offered to him also. Namo Namo Aniruddhaya.
Namo Namo Niruddhaya.
Keshendriyatmane.
Keshandre
Paramahamsaya.
Namah
Paramahamsaya.
Paramahamsaya
Purnaya Nibhritatmane.
Purnaya Nivritatmane.
My
My
Lord,
Lord,
as the supreme directing deity, known as Aniruddha, you are the master of the senses and the mind. I therefore offer my obeisance unto you again and again. You are known as Ananta as well as Sankarsana because of your ability to destroy the whole creation by the blazing fire from your mouth.
Okay. Prabhupada writes something nice in the previous verse. It says, oh, sorry. He had offered something in the previous. He says, yes. Here, Lord Shiva, he is offering this prayer so that he can be purified of the contaminations. He says, Lord Shiva desires not to be misled by the material senses, but to always engage in the service of the Lord without being subject to contamination by materialistic influences. By the grace of Lord Vasudeva, who is all pervading, one can engage his senses in devotional service without deviation. So that is what he is offering prayer. That without deviation, one can, I want to offer my prayers without deviation. I want to engage my senses without deviation. So therefore, he is offering prayers to Vasudeva. And then Sankarshana, he offers prayers so that Sankarshan can bind my consciousness, destroy my material consciousness, and then bind my consciousness to the Supreme Lord. He is a master of integration and disintegration. And now in this verse, he's saying, Namo Namo Aniruddhaya, I offer my obeisances to you again and again. Namo Namo, offer my obeisances again and again. Rishikeshendriyatmane, you are Rishikesha, you are the master of senses. You are Indriya Atmane, the director of the senses. So I offer my obeisances to Aniruddha, who is the lord of the mind, and the mind is the chief of all the senses. Therefore, he is Rishikesha Indriya Atmane. He is the master of the senses, the director of the senses. So these two lines, they are prayers to Aniruddha. And next two lines are the prayers to sun god. He says in this verse, Namaha Paramahamsaya Purnaya Nibhritatmane. So these two lines are the prayers to now the next deity, that is sun god. Namaha Paramahamsaya Purnaya Nibhritatmane. I offer my obeisances to the sun god. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes here. Yeah. O Devta of the sun, Nibhritatmane, I offer my respects to the sun. He is Paramahamsaya, who constantly nourishes the jiva Nibhrita Atmane by the rains. And therefore, what is the prayer I am making to you? Make my eyes see the beauty of the Lord's form. Because you are the deity of the eyes. Sun is the deity of the eye. Therefore, please make my eyes see the form of the Lord. That is a desire I have. Prabhupada writes, Rishikeshendriyatmane, the mind is the director of the senses and Aniruddha is the proprietor of the mind. He's the director of the mind. In order to execute devotional service, one has to fix his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. And therefore, Lord Shiva prays to the controller of the mind, Lord Aniruddha. Savai manah Krishna padara vindayo. The purpose of all our practice is mind should be engaged. The senses are engaged in the beginning so that ultimately our mind can also be engaged. That is the ultimate purpose of all our practices. Otherwise, if the senses are engaged and mind is not engaged, yena kena prakarena manah krishne niveshayet. Sarve vidhi nishedha syur etayoreva kinkaraha. Ultimately, whatever we are doing is to engage our mind, to make our mind a devotee. So therefore, a prayer is offered to Aniruddha. Prabhupada quotes, Manmanabhav madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Become my devotee. Matta smritir jnanam. Because the Lord, He is a source of remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness also. So prayer is offered to Aniruddha. And then in the next paragraph, Prabhupada writes about Paramhamsaya. He says, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Paramhamsa is also another name of sun god. Sun god is addressed as Nibhrit Atmane because he always maintains the various planets by manipulating the sun rainfall. So he is offering a prayer to sun god. So now, after purifying the 4 components of Antahakarana, anyone knows what is Antahakarana? What is Antahkaran? Anyone knows?
Chitta, false ego, intelligence, and mind.
Yeah, thank you. So these 4 things, they make Antahakarana. Our Chitta, Mana, Buddhi, Ahankar and Chitta. They make Antahkarana. So after purifying Antahkarana by worshipping the deities, now he starts offering prayers to the Lord in the form of the deities of the elements. So now the Antahkarana is worshipped. Now the deities of every element is offered a prayer, beginning with Surya. That's the deity of the eyes. Right? So that our gross elements in the body can be purified. Now the next deity which is offered is, so in the 37th verse also, the first 2 are the prayers for Surya and last 2 lines are the prayer for Agni. Swargapavargadvaraya
Vargadvaraya,
Dvaraya
Nityam Shuchishade Namaha
Nityam
Nityam
Suchishre
Ishare
Namaha
Namaha.
Namo Hiranya
Namo
Namo
Hiranyaviraya
Hiranyavirya.
Chaturhutraya Tantave.
Chaturputraya Tantave. Hare Krishna. My Lord, O Aniruddha, you are the authority by which the doors of the higher planetary systems and the liberation are opened. You are always within the pure heart of the living entity. Therefore, I offer my obeisances to you. You are the possessors of semen, which is like gold, and thus, in the form of fire, you help the Vedic sacrifices, beginning with Chaturhutra. Therefore, I offer my obeisance unto you. Hare Krishna.
So now also the prayers are offered to the Devatas, but here they are referred to as Supreme Lord. Because they are representing the Lord, so therefore they are glorified as Supreme Lord. It comes many times. Brahma is glorified as a Supreme somewhere. Lord Shiva is glorified as Supreme somewhere. Anyone remembers where Brahma was glorified as Supreme? Where Lord Shiva was glorified as Supreme?
Brahma was glorified as supreme when the cobweb.
Sorry?
Second canto.
Second canto.
नहीं, वो नारद मुनि तो जाके पूछते हैं, he asks, are you the supreme? You know, it comes in the third canto when the Devatas, they go to Brahma because they were troubled by Hiranyakashipu and the darkness was spreading all over the world, all over the universe. The Devatas go to Brahma and they glorify him as if Supreme Lord. You know. So similarly, in the fourth canto beginning, we saw Lord Shiva is glorified as Supreme. All the Devatas, they go to pacify him. In the eighth canto also, Lord Shiva is glorified as Supreme by Devatas when they approach him to drink halahal. So whenever Devatas are glorified as Supreme, we should understand when they are representing a power of the Lord, and that's why they are glorified. So here, he is glorified. Surya Dev is glorified as Supreme here. Swarga Apavarga Dwaraya, O my Lord Aniruddha, you are the authority by which the doors of higher planetary systems and liberation are opened. Swarga Apavarga Dwaraya. And Nityam Shuchi Shade Namaha. You are always within the pure heart of the living entity. I offer obeisances to you. And the next two lines are for Agnidev. Agnidev, he is a deity of speech. And that's why you call fiery speech sometimes. So that fiery speech means the deity is of fire. So fiery, sometimes speech is also fiery. So this deity is Chatur Hotraya Tantave. So this deity accomplishes the actions of the four priests. That's what happens when the yajna is done. This fire god, Chatur Hotraya Tantave. He is Hiranya Viryaya. He accomplishes the actions of the four sacrificial priests. How? He expands the sacrifice. Tantave. So a deity, prayer is made. First to the sun god, please purify my eyes. Now to the fire god, just as you stimulate other actions, engage my words in chanting the glory of the Lord, because you are the deity of the voice. May my strength be purified. Therefore, I am offering my respects to you. Srila Prabhupada writes, Swarga indicates higher planets, Apavarga means liberation. So those who are attached to Karma Kanda are actually entangled in three modes. But Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunnya, one has to go beyond the modes of material nature. And then Prabhupada writes, that is Mukti. Mukti means Hitva Anyatha Rupam Swarupena Vyavasthiti. So Lord Aniruddha, not only he helps fruitive workers, because the fire god helps the fruitive workers to elevate them to heavenly planets. But he also helps devotees to engage in devotional service. So that is the prayer offered to speech, the Agnidev. So although, who is the deity of the mind? Anyone remembers? We just discussed.
Aniruddha.
Okay. So although a prayer had already been offered to the deity of the mind, that is Aniruddha, he again offers a prayer to purify the subordinate deity. सबसे ऊपर कौन है? The CEO is the Aniruddha. उनके नीचे वाले HOD कौन है माइंड के? That is Devata, moon god. Moon god is also predominating deity of the mind. So now he is offering a prayer to the moon god. Nama urja ishe trayya. हिरण पता ये तृप्तिदाय च जीवानां
Nityaday च devanam.
नमः सर्वरसात्मने
Nama sarva rasatmane. My Lord, you are the provider of the Pitralokas as well as all the demigods. You are the predominating deity of the moon and the master of all three Vedas. I offer my respectable obeisances unto you because you are the original source of satisfaction for all living entities.
So in this verse also, two deities are offered prayers. So first two lines are for the moon god. Last two lines are for the, same deity has two functions here. Because the taste comes, anyone remembers in Bhagavad Gita where it is mentioned that moon gives taste? Yes.
It's a juice for
Rama.
Somarasatmakam.
Somo bhutva rasatmakaha. Moon god nourishes all the vegetations, gives them taste. Sun god gives them life, but moon gods gives them taste. So he says, you have two functions, O moon god. You control the mind also, you give taste also. So these two are offered prayers. So he says, so we have to understand there are two Pitri Lokas. One Pitri Loka is in Chandraloka. Other Pitri Loka is in the Narakaloka where Yamaraj himself stays. Sanyamani. Sanyamani Manu, the place where Yamaraj stays. That is also Pitri Loka. And the Chandraloka is also Pitri Loka. So therefore it is said, I offer my respects to the form of offerings to the Pitris, the form of offerings to the Devtas, to moon. So moon god, he is a provider of Pitri Lokas, as well as all the Devtas, he nourishes them also. O moon god, you purify all the Devtas, you purify Pitris, purify me of the debts to the Devtas and the sages. This is a prayer. And engage my mind in bhakti, because the moon god is the deity of the mind. That's the purpose. Every prayer has a purpose. So moon god, deity of the mind, please engage my mind in bhakti. And you purify everyone of all the debts. Purify me also of the debt to the devatas and the sages. Then says, purify my energy. My energy should be purified. That is one prayer. Now, another type of prayer he makes. After purifying the energy in the form of sun, fire, and moon, by offering respects to them in the form of energy, he offers respects to the moon as a form of taste, to purify taste and tongue. So my tongue should also be purified. Make my tongue taste the sweetness of things related to you. Purify my daily water. So my tongue should be only relishing your Mahaprasad. My tongue should be relishing only that which is offered to you, nothing else. Let me get taste in that. Taste in the prasad is also a taste which we should desire. Because in the outside world also, there are so many delicious preparations which are made. But a devotee doesn't get any taste in those preparations, although they are very, very wonderful, because it is not offered to the Lord. So he's offering a prayer to moon god for this. Let me not taste anything except prasad. Prabhupada writes how the process of devotional service purifies one of all the debts. Devarshi bhutam trinam pitrinam nakinkaro nayam rini charajan. He quotes that. And then Prabhupada writes about Mahaprasade prayers. Tar madhye jivati lobhamaya sudurmati. So therefore, Krishna has given this Mahaprasad. Krishna bada dayamaya swaprasadan nadilobha. Now, the next verse describes three deities. The prayer to Hiranyagarbha, to Virata Rupa, and to Vayudeva. Sarvasatvatma Dehaya,
Sarvasatvatma Dehaya,
Vatmaya.
Visheshaya Sthaviyase,
Visheshaya,
Visheshaya
Namastrailokya Palaya,
Namastrailokya
Palaya
Taha Ojo Balaya Cha.
Jalaya cha.
My dear Lord, you are the gigantic universal form which contains all the individual bodies of the living entities. You are the maintainer of the three worlds, and as such, you maintain the mind, senses, body, and air of life within them. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
So prayer to Hiranyagarbha is, "Oh my dear Lord, you are Sarva Sattvatma Dehaya Visheshaya Sthaviyase. You are the gigantic universal form, and you contain all the living entities in you. All the living entities are actually contained in your form. So you are Visheshaya Sthaviyase." And then Namaha Sthaviyase is the Virata Rupa, the form of all the elements. That is Virata Rupa. Hiranyagarbha is that which is combination of all the living entities put together. That is called as Hiranyagarbha. We have discussed in the past also. Hiranyagarbha means the congregate of all the jivas put together. That is the embodiment of the Lord. That is a part of the Lord. So prayer is offered to that form. Namah Trailokya Palaya Sah Ojo Balaya Cha. Then a prayer is offered to Vayu. He is Trailokya Pala because he maintains all the three planetary systems. If air is not there, even Devtas can't survive. We know when Hanumanji was hit on the chin by Indra, Vayudev became so angry, he stopped the airflow. Entire universe was choking up. Nama Trailokya Palaya. And Saha Oja Balaya Cha. He maintains the bodily strength also. So therefore, he offers a prayer to Vayudev here. I offer my obeisances to the body containing the souls of all living beings, that is Sattva, that is Hiranyagarbha, and to the gross universal forms, Thaviyase. O embodiment of the earth, stimulate my nose to smell the fragrance of the Lord. Your embodiment, the earth, creates fragrance. My nose should be only smelling that which is offered to the Lord, or smelling the fragrance of the Lord. Which story describes that just by smelling the transformation happened? Anyone remembers? Poor Kumara.
Correct,
Yeah.
Kumara.
Tasyaravinda Nayanasya Padaravinda Pinjal Kamishra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu Antargatasva Vivarena Chakaratesham Sankshobham. He says, engage my body in your service. Then he offers prayer to the protector of the three worlds, the life air, entering the mind, senses, and the body. Because the Prana Vayu is there, it gives life to the mind, senses, and the body. And Saha Oja and Bala. Saha Oja Balayacha. So mind, senses, and the body, they get Saha, Oja, and Bal. What is Saha? It is along with, but I'm not sure. Anyways, Oja is connected to senses, Bala is connected to body, Saha Oja Balayacha. Saha is connected to the mind here. O Devata of the air, stimulate my touch to feel the softness of your body. Make my mind, senses, and the body suitable for worshipping you. So various elements are being offered prayers, various predominating deities of the elements. So abhi tak kiska ho gaya? Eyes, speech, then mind, then taste, then air. Now the sound is remaining. Next verse describes the sound. Arthalingaya namase.
Arthalingaya
Namo
Namo antarbahiraatmane.
Vaibhav.
Nama punyaya lokaya.
Namo punyaya lokaya.
Amushmaye bhuri varchase.
Amushmaye bhuri varchate.
My dear Lord, by expanding your transcendental vibrations, you reveal the actual meaning of everything. You are the all-pervading sky within and without, and you are the ultimate goal of pious activities executed both within this material world and beyond it. I therefore offer my respectable obeisances again and again unto you.
Okay. So that is now the prayer offered to the Supreme Lord. Arthalingaya Nabase. By expanding your transcendental vibrations, you reveal the actual meaning of everything. So what you should do, he says, the ether reveals the meaning since its quality is sound. The sound reveals the knowledge. It supports all activities internally and externally because the ether is there, the sound is there, and the space contains everything. So therefore, it supports all the activities. O Devta of ether, the Supreme Lord, make my ears hear about your beauty. Reveal the meaning of the name, mantra, and bhakti scriptures. Purify the ether in me. So these are all very, very devotional prayers which Lord Shiva is making here through these sense devatas. So now after this, having made his bodily elements, senses, and the mind favorably inclined to worship the Lord, now, in the next verse, he offers respect to the Lord in the form of the planet of Vaikuntha. So that is what he will do in the next verse. He is offering prayers to the Lord in the form of planet of Vaikuntha. Pravrittaya nivrittaya
Nivrittaya nivrittaya
Pitridevaya karmane
Pitridevaya karmane
Namo dharma vipakaya
Namo
Namo
Dharma
Dhamma
Vipakaya
Vipakaya
Prityave dukhadaya cha.
Nitya
Nityave Dukkachadaya Cha.
Hare Krishna, my dear Lord, you are the giver of the results of pious activities. You are inclination, disclination, and their resultant activities. You are the cause of the miserable conditions of life caused by irreligion, and therefore you are death. I offer you my respectful obeisances. Hare Krishna.
So the prayers are offered to the Supreme Lord now here directly. He is Pravrittaya Nivrittaya. He is the instigator of all the various dharmas. It is you, O my Lord, you give results in this world, Pravrittaya and Nivrittaya, and you give liberation also. So it is the Lord who gives impetus for Pravritti and Nivritti. And Pitridevaya Karmane. When one worships the Pitris, it is the Lord who has created the system of worship. He is Namo Adharma Vipakaya. And he gives result for all the irreligious activities also. Adharma Vipakaya. He gives the results for Pitrideva Karmana. He gives the result of adharmic activities. So basically, he has made all the systems and he is giving the results of everything. But he is not responsible. He is responsive. We are responsible. Lord is never responsible for giving all these reactions. He is just delivering us the results of our own activities. He has made the systems and people suffer for the activities they do. Therefore, he says, Mrityave Dukhadaya cha. He gives death and distress also. He gives liberation, he gives punishment for the sinful activities, and he gives Mrityave. He gives death and distress also. So that's how the devotees, they see whatever is coming in my life, it is given by the Lord. Whether the happiness or distress, it is all given by the Lord only. Prabhupada writes, the Lord gives remembrance, forgetfulness, and knowledge. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha janana vidurasura. The asuras do not know which way one should be inclined to act, which way one should not be. Therefore, they do sinful activities. Asuras do not like to engage in devotional service. And because they don't want to remember the Lord makes them forget him. Then 42nd also is a prayer to the Lord. I'll recite this verse. Namasta Shamisha Manave Karanatmane Namo Dharmaya Brihate Krishnaya Kuntamedase Purushaya Puranaya Sankhya Yogeshwaraya Cha. Translation.
My dear Lord, you are the topmost of all bestowers of all benediction, the oldest and the supreme enjoyer amongst all enjoyers. You are the master of all the world's metaphysical philosophy, for you are the supreme cause of all causes, Lord Krishna. You are the greatest of all religious principles, the supreme mind, and you have a brain which is never checked by any condition. Therefore, I repeatedly offer my obeisances unto you.
So he says, Namasta Ashisham Isha. You are the topmost of all the bestowers of benediction. Ashisham Isha. You are Varadaraj. You are Karanatmane. You are the supreme cause of all causes. Dharmaya Brihate. You are the best. You know the best of all religions. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Yamraj told Yamdutas, what is dharma? Whatever is spoken by the Supreme Lord, that is dharma. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. And Krishnaya Akunthamedhase. Akunthamedhase is very interesting. Prabhupada also focuses on this word. The modern scientists have stopped their brain work by discovering the theory of uncertainty. But factually, for a living being, there cannot be any brain activity which is not checked by time and space limitations. Anyone who is within this material world cannot have unlimited brain activity. We are all limited by material conditionings. But Krishna is Akuntha Medhase. His brain activity is never checked. Nobody can, he will never be in a situation where pata nahi kya karna hai, samajh nahi raha hai. No, he's always all-knowing. Akuntha Medhase. Krishna, Prabhupada writes, Vedaham samatitani vartamanani bhavishyani. He knows everything. But one cannot know Krishna unless being favored by him. अथापि ते देव पदाम्बुजद्वय प्रसादलेशानुगृहीते एव हि जानाति तत्त्वं भगवन् महिम्नो न चान्य एकोऽपि चिरं विचिन्वन्. Unless one is favored by a drop of mercy of the Lord, nobody can know Krishna. What Krishna says is all perfect and certain and is applicable to past, present, and future. Nor is there any uncertainty for one who knows Krishna. So for one who knows Krishna, he knows everything in principle for sure, without any confusion. And then Prabhupada writes about Ashisham Isha. There are many people who can give benedictions, but the foremost of all benedictors is the Supreme Lord only. Because all the benedictions of this world, they are material. The Lord can give spiritual benedictions which are never lost. Manave, Prabhupada then focuses on the word Manave. He takes avatar in every Manvantara. And then Prabhupada writes, in other sense, the word Manave indicates the perfection of all kinds of mantra. And then for sure, mantra आया तो मतलब हरे कृष्णा मंत्र तो आना ही चाहिए. This mantra delivers the conditioned soul from this bondage. So simply by chanting mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, one can gain deliverance from any condition. And then Prabhupada writes in detail about Karanatmane, how he is the source of everything, Janmadhyasya Yataha, how he is the master of all the Sankhya Yoga also. He is a Yogeshwara, he is the source of all the mystic siddhis. He gives Sankhya system through Kapila Dev. And then Purushaya, Purnaya. He says he is Adi Purusha, Govindam Adi Purusham. He is the eternal Lord who is always youthful, Navayovanam Cha. Prabhupada writes all that. Okay. So, The last of this section is the 43rd verse. The prayer is offered to Lord Shiva, who is the predominating deity of ego. Shakti Traya Sametaya Miyudushe Aham Kritatmane
Vidushe
aham Hutatmane
Cheta Akuti Rupaya
Cheta
Cheto Akuti Rupaya
Namo Vacho Vibhutaye.
Namo
Namo Bhagavatam
Bhakti.
Sutaye. Hare Krishna. My dear Lord, you are the supreme controller of worker sense activities and result of some sense activities, karma. Therefore, you are the controller of the body, mind and sense. You are also the supreme controller of egoism, known as Rudra. You are the source of knowledge and the activities of the Vedic injection. Hare Krishna.
So now he offers his prayers to the presiding deity of Ahankar. He had also already offered to the presiding deity of Ahankar. Who is the deity of Ahankar?
Sankarshan.
Sankarshan is the deity of Ahankar, but below him there is another deity of Ahankar, that is Lord Shiva. Just like this Aniruddha is the deity of the mind, but Chandra is also deity of the mind below him. Similarly, Sankarshan is the deity of the ego. Lord Shiva is also deity of the ego. So he is again offering prayers to purify his Ahankar along with the three aspects. He says, first, I offer my respects to Lord Shiva, who is called as Meedhushe. Meedhushe means one who gets pleased very easily. Meedhushe. He is endowed with the three Shaktis of Devata, senses, and the elements. Lord Shiva has these three Shaktis. Kartri, Karma, Karana. Yes, Prabhu.
No, here Lord Shiva is offering to Lord Shiva, or what does it mean here?
Sadashiva.
Sadashiva.
Yeah. So he is offering prayers to that Sadashiva. That is his source. But this is what he is teaching, that one should offer prayers to Lord Shiva also. Although he is Lord Shiva offering prayer, but he is teaching to Prachetas also. So when he is offering prayer to Sadashiva. Because that's Sadashiva also comes from Sankarshan only. So anyone who is offering prayers to the deity should also offer prayers to Lord Shiva. So that is the ideal way. So therefore he is offering prayers to Lord Shiva also. O Shiva, purify the actions of my possessiveness and ego. Make them devotional. I offer respects to you. He speaks the purification of knowledge senses and action senses. Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas. He also prays to Lord Shiva to purify all the senses. Okay. Make the working of my intelligence and the prana inclined to bhakti. Prabhupada writes, everyone acts under the dictation of ego. Therefore, Lord Shiva is trying to purify false egotism through the mercy of Lord. Since Lord Shiva is himself controller of ego, he indirectly wants to be purified by the mercy of the Lord so that his real egotism can be awakened. So Prabhupada is giving another dimension here. He's actually praying to the Lord to purify him of his ego, of this false ego, and give real ego. Jivera Swarupa. What is the real ego is? We are servants of the Lord. Of course, Lord Rudra is always spiritually awake. But for our benefit, he is praying in this way. That is what he is doing. He is setting in a standard, what we should pray. For the impersonalist, pure egotism is, I am not this body, I am soul. But the actual position is, I am servant of the Lord, not just soul. I am servant of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Lord Shiva prays to be engaged both in the mind and in the actions in devotional service. This is the process of purifying ego by purifying the mind and purifying the actions also. So that's how he has purified the mind, body, and the senses by offering respects to all the predominating deities. Now starts the wonderful section where he offers prayers to the form of the Lord. Very beautiful prayers. Darshananno didrikshunam Dehi Bhagavatarchitam
Devi Bhagavatarchitam
Rupam Priyatamam Swanam
Rupam
Rupam
Priyatamam
Priyatam
Swanam
Swanam
Sarvendriya Gunanjanam
Sarvendriya Gunanjanam.
Sarvendriya.
My dear
Krishna.
Lord, I wish to see you exactly in the form that you very dear devotees worship. You have many other forms, but I wish to see your form that is especially liked by the devotees. Please be merciful upon me and show me that form, for only that form worshipped by the devotees can perfectly satisfy all the demands of the senses.
Yeah. He says, I want that particular, don't show me any other form. I want a particular form. What is that form? Darshanan. You give me darshan because I am the drikshu. I am very eager to see. Drikshuna. That form which is Bhagavatarchitam. That which is worshipped by the devotees. That form you show me. Because you have many other forms, but I don't want to see that form which is not liked by devotees. I want to see that form which is Rupam Priyatamam Swana. Priyatamam, the dearmost to the devotees. Because that form is Sarvendriya Gunanjanam. That form can satisfy the demands of all the senses. So Krishna's form, it is pleasing to all the senses. When Krishna walks, his ankle bells, they are pleasing to hear. Kaviraj Goswami describes beautifully. Krishnera madhuravani amritera tarangini yara karna nahi shravane kanakadi chidrasam jani hasi shravana tara janma hoila akarane. If somebody can't hear the beautiful voice of Krishna, Krishnera madhuravani amritera tarangini, it is like nectar. If somebody can't hear this beautiful sound of Krishna, his life is waste. His ears are waste if somebody is not listening the glories of Krishna. His eyes are waste if somebody is not hearing, if somebody is not seeing the beauty of Krishna. Barahaiteye nayane naranam ningane vishno nadrikshavoye. It is like plumes of a peacock feather. Ears which are not used to hear the glories of the Lord, they are compared to what?
Snake hole.
Nipples.
They are the holes where snakes live. So basically, Krishna's form is very, very pleasing. That's why Bhagavatam is full of the description of the form of the Lord. Because Shukdev Goswami, he was an impersonalist. He became devotee because he heard two things. He heard about the sweetness of the Lord and he heard about the magnanimous nature of the Lord, beauty of the Lord, and the mercy of the Lord. Beauty of the Lord, Varha Piram Natavaravapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vipradvasa Kanakakapisha, that verse. And the mercy of the Lord, Aho Bhakyam. Then many places. Yasyananam Makara Kundala Charu Karna Bhrajat Kapola Subhagasa Vilas Hasam Nityotsavam Nata Tripo Rishibi Pripantyo Naryo Narasha Muditan Kupitan Amesha. Makar Kundal, Krishna has a Makar Kundal. He has very fulgent forehead. He has Makar Kundal. He has beautiful smile. It is a festival, Nitya Utsava. It is always a festival to see the Lord. No, but one doesn't need anything else. Bas Bhagwan ka darshan karenge, that is a festival. Nothing else. No other firecrackers needed. Festival means Bhagwan darshan de rahe hain, that is festival. It is described in first canto when Krishna entered Dwarka. All the residents of Dwarka, they were seeing Krishna every day. But they were never satisfied. Nityotsavam na tatripu. नहीं क्या था नित्यं निरीक्ष्यमानानां यदपि द्वारकौकसं न वितृप्यन्ति दृशं श्रियो धामाङ्गमच्युतं नित्यं निरीक्ष्यमानानां. They were seeing Krishna every day, still not Tatripu. So whatever Krishna does, whatever he wears, the gopis, they just get absorbed seeing the peacock feather of Krishna. They can't even take darshan of Krishna properly. And Krishna walks by. Somebody is just absorbed taking darshan of the pitambar which Lord is wearing, and she can't even move up to see the lotus face of the Lord, and Krishna now walks away. Somebody is absorbed hearing the tinkling of the ankle bells of Krishna. Somebody is absorbed hearing the flute of Krishna. निज समसखा संगे गोगमाचारण रंगे वृंदावने स्वच्छंद विहार यार वेणु ध्वनि शुनि स्थावर जंगम प्राणी पुलक कंप अश्रु बहिधार. When Krishna is in Vrindavan, the flute sound of Krishna stuns everyone, everything. Even the animate and inanimate beings. The stones melt, river stops, the trees, they stop moving, the birds, they stop chirping, the calves with their ears raised, they just absorb in hearing the flute sound of Krishna. The calves who are drinking the milk, they can't even swallow the milk. With the milk in their mouth, they are hearing the sound of Krishna. So that's how everything related to Krishna is very, very attractive for the senses. Unfortunately, we don't have experience of all these things in our perceivable, in our memory. That's why we are attracted to the things of this world. All perverted reflection. We want to get absorbed by seeing the things of the world, hearing the things of the world, smelling, touching, tasting. Because unfortunately, we have forgotten the taste, the sound, the sight, the smell, the fragrance of Krishna. Prabhupada writes, Krishna is Raso Vai Saha. He is the source of all relationships. When Krishna entered the wrestling arena, so many different varieties of people were sitting there. Everybody saw Krishna differently. Mallanam ashaninam narvaro strinam smaro murtiman gopanam sujano satam shiti pujam shastam supitro shishu mrityu bhojapate virada vidusham tattvam param yoginam vrishninam paradevateti vidito rangam gatasagraja. 12 rasas are shown here. Different people are seeing Krishna in different rasa. Only Krishna can do that. He can satisfy everyone by his form, by his all the senses. Rishikesha sevanam bhaktiruchyate. And that's how one can be satisfied. Rupam priyatamam swanam sarvendriya gunanjanam. All the senses can be satisfied only when they are used in service of the Lord. Sarvendriya. And that's when one becomes free from all the material designations. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. Prabhupada writes, Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva wants to see that form perfectly, just as the devotee wants to see it. The words Rupam Priyatamam Swanam are specifically mentioned here, indicating that Lord Shiva wants to see that form which is very dear to devotees. Swanam is especially significant because only the devotees are very, very dear to the Lord. Karmis, yogis, jnanis, they are not dear to the Lord. Karmis, because they see the Lord as order suppliers. Yogis, they see the Lord as giver of all the mystic siddhis. Jnanis, they are attracted to impersonal Brahman. But the devotees, they see the Lord as the source of all beauty. So that form Lord Shiva wants to see. Now, 45th is another beautiful verse. 45th and 46th together. Chika will recite this, very beautiful. स्निग्धप्रावृढघनश्यामम्
स्निग्धप्राणं घनश्यामं
सर्वसौन्दर्यसङ्ग्रहम्
सर्वसौन्दर्यसङ्ग्रहं
चार्वायार्तचतुर्बाहु
सर्वयज्ञचतुर्बाहुः
सुजात रुचिराननम्
सुजातरुचिराननम्
पद्मकोशपलाशाक्षम्
पद्मकोशकलाशाख्यं
सुन्दरभ्रूसुनासिकम्
सुन्दरभूसुनासिकम्
सुन्दरभूसुनासिकं
सुद्विजम् सुकपोलास्यम्
सुद्विजं
द्विजं
सुकपोलास्यं
सुकपोलासं
कर्णाविभूषणम्
सकर्माविभूषणम्.
Hare. The Lord's beauty resembles a dark cloud during the rainy season. As the rainfall glistens, his body features also glisten. Indeed, he is the sum total of all beauty. The Lord has 4 arms and an executively, uh, executively beautiful face with eyes like lotus petal, a beautiful, highly raised nose, a mind attracting smile, a beautiful forehead, and equally beautiful and fully decorated ears. Hare Krishna.
One of the lines in this verse we have heard many times. Can anyone point out? I've spoken this many times. In this verse, one line is very, very wonderful verse. One wonderful line. Prabhupada, Sarva Saundarya Sangraham. Yes. He is the sum total of all beauty. Prabhupada, he mentions a very wonderful purport focusing on this also. One line of that, one paragraph he dedicates to this. Snigdha Pravrida Ghanashyamam. In this material world, everybody is suffering because of the heat of material distress. As soon as one takes darshan of the Lord is like a Ghanashyam. It is like the rain clouds. And just by seeing the rain clouds, one becomes free of the heat of the distress of this material world. That's how Krishna's form is very pleasing. And this beauty which Krishna displays, it is not just a physical beauty, but the beauty is in the character of the Lord. It is described, Narasya abhushanam rupam, rupasya abhushanam gunam, gunasya abhushana jnanam, jnanam abhushana shama, jnanasya abhushana shama. The ornament of a person is the beauty, form. Ornament of beauty is the good qualities. Ornament of good qualities is the jnana. Ornament of jnana is forgiveness. So that's how Sarva Saundarya Sangraham. The best part of Krishna's beauty, Krishna is all beautiful, but the best part of Krishna's beauty is he gives credit to his devotees. Prabhupada writes in that. Sarva Saundarya Sangraham. He says, yeah. The Lord gives more. That's the beauty of Lord's dealing with his devotees. He gives more credit to his devotees than he takes for himself. And Prabhupada gives some examples for this. Lord gave credit to Arjun in the Kurukshetra war. O Arjuna, you take the credit. Nimittamatram bhavasavyasachi. The greatest of the demons who are famous all over the world, Krishna didn't kill them. Although Krishna could have killed Duryodhan and all the Kauravas, Jarasandha, he gave credit to Pandavas. You take the credit. He said, I have already killed them. You take the credit. They are not going back, Krishna, Arjun, but you take the credit. He gave the credit of killing Jarasandha to Bhima. He defeated Jarasandha 17 times. He didn't kill him. He wanted to give credit to Bhima. And after the battle of Kurukshetra was over, he didn't himself become the king. He made Yudhishthir king. And he was glorified. The Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told Prithvete Achayata Nagaradi Gram Sarvatra Prachar Hoibe Moranam. He gave credit to Srila Prabhupada to fulfill this. Prabhupada quotes this. There are many demons who hated Krishna, but nobody hated the Goswamis. Dhira, Dhira, Jana Priya, Priya Karo. Mahaprabhu, he came to give the highest love of God, but he made in charge of distributing this love of God to all the Goswamis. He gave all the teachings to Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. He didn't write it himself. Kalena Vrindavan Keli Varta Lupte Titam Khyapaitum Vishishya Kripamritena Vishishesha Devam Tatreva Rupam Cha Sanatanam Cha. Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the form of Krishna showered this mercy on Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. He made Ramananda Rai speak all the esoteric concepts we read in Ramananda Samvad. Kaviraj Goswami writes a beautiful verse. Sancharya Rama Vidha Bhakti Meghe Swabhakti Siddhanta Chayamritani Gaurabdireta Muna Vitirnai Tadgyatva Ratnalayatam Prayati. Sancharya Rama Vidha Bhakti Meghe. This Bhakti Megha, this Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the ocean of all the conclusive devotional service, knowledge. Gaura Abdhi. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the ocean of the conclusive knowledge of devotional service, and this ocean only charges the clouds, right? This cloud of Ramananda Rai was surcharged by this ocean of Sri Chaitanya. Sancharya Rama Vidha Bhakti Meghe Swabhakti Siddhanta. Mahaprabhu, which he only inspired Ramananda Rai to speak, and he made Ramananda Rai famous, glorious. And it is said that when the clouds shower on the ocean, that ocean becomes full of jewels. So when this cloud of Ramananda Rai showered the knowledge on the ocean of devotional service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that ocean became filled with the jewels of wonderful knowledge of devotional service. Ramananda Rai himself says, Rai kahi ami kichui na jani, tumi ei kahao ei karhe vani. Whatever you are making him speak, oh my Lord, I am speaking. Tomara शिक्षा यदि पढ़े न पढ़े शुक पाठ तुम्हारा शिक्षा पढ़े ये न शुक पाठ साक्षात ईश्वर तुम्ही के बुझे तुम्हार नाट. You are making me speak. I am just a small student. हृदय प्रेरणा कर जीवाय करा वाणी कि कहिए भाल मंद की छुई न जानी. You are making me inspire. You are inspiring me and you are making me speak all this. I don't know what I am speaking. Mahaprabhu, out of humility, says, हमें तो मायावादी सन्यासी भक्ति तत्व नहीं जानी मायावादी भाषी. I am मायावादी सन्यासी. I don't know anything. So that's how Mahaprabhu, he made Ramananda Rai speak the highest philosophy. He came to distribute holy name and he made Haridas Thakur Namacharya, was from an untouchable caste. So Lord, he is famous for increasing the glory of his devotees. Bhaktanam Manavardhan. He increases the glory of his devotees, increases the respect of his devotees. He's not an insecure Lord that अरे मेरे को इनको मिलेगा तो लोग मेरे को क्या बोलेंगे. Nobody will worship me. No, he's not insecure Lord. In this world, no, everybody is insecure. The master is very insecure. If the master doesn't get sufficient respect from the servant, he becomes insecure. Krishna is not insecure. He is ready to give all the credit to his devotees. So that is the, That is the mood of a devotee. Krishna wants to give credit to his devotees. We should also give all the credit to devotees. We should also give all the credit to Krishna. So that is what we have to do. We have to just become the instrument. So a devotee thinks my participation is my willingness to perform the service. And Krishna, he acknowledges my willingness and he empowers me. So that is what the mood of a devotee. And then the next line says, Charu Ayata Chaturbahu, he has 4 beautiful arms. Sujata Ruchirananam, beautiful face. He has eyes like lotus petals, very beautiful eyebrows. Sudvijam means he has beautiful teeth. Teeth are twice born. They are already there inside, and when they come out, they are twice born. Therefore, they are called as Sudvijam. Samakarna Vibhushanam. So Prabhupada writes in detail about all these wonderful points. He says, first he focuses on this Snigdha Pravrida Ghanashyamam. Lord is having the complexion of the blackish cloud. The Lord's form as Vishnu is decorated in all opulence. Therefore, Lord Shiva is trying to see that most opulent form of Narayan or Vishnu. Generally, the worship of the Lord begins with worship of Narayan, whereas the worship of Radha and Krishna is most confidential. Lord Narayan is worshipped by Pancharatra Vidhi and Krishna is worshipped by Bhagavat Vidhi. This is very important. Lord Narayan is worshipped by Pancharatra Vidhi, regulative principles. Krishna is worshipped by Bhagavat Vidhi. No one can worship the Lord in the Bhagavat Vidhi without going through the regulations of Pancharatra Vidhi. So if somebody wants to worship the Lord in the Bhagavat way, they have to follow the rules and regulations for sure. Radha Krishna cannot be approached by the neophyte devotees. Therefore, temple worship according to regulative principles is offered to Lakshmi Narayan. Although there may be a Radha Krishna Vigraha, the worship of the neophyte devotees is acceptable as Lakshmi Narayan worship. Worship according to Pancharatra Vidhi is called as Vidhi Marga, and worship according to Bhagavat Vidhi is called Rag Marga. The principles of Rag Marga are specially meant for devotees who are elevated to the Vrindavan platform. Then Prabhupada writes some details about this Rag Marga. What is this Rag Marga? अभी ये बहुत सारा कुछ चल रहा है the ISKCON world. What is Raga Nuga or Vaidhi? What type of bhakti we are doing? So Raga Bhakti, what is that Raga Bhakti? Prabhupada is mentioning a little bit here. Basically, one time Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he said, the essence of Raganuga Bhakti is humility, absorption, and affection. That is Raganuga Bhakti. It is not external. It is all internal. The more humble we are, the more we are serving the Lord in an affectionate way, not in a duty-bound way. Affectionate, that is a natural outcome. That is Raga. Okay. Prabhupada writes, without serving Krishna according to Vidhi Marg, people want to jump to Rag Marg. They are called as Sahajiya. They want to depict Krishna dancing with the gopis. The demons who print books and write lyrics on the Rag Marg principles are surely on the way to hell. Unfortunately, they lead others down with them. They are going to hell, they'll take others to hell because they are prematurely, without getting purified, they are indulging in all these confidential subject matters. Devotees in Krishna consciousness should be very careful to avoid such demons. One should strictly follow the Vidhi Marg. although the Lord is present in form of Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna includes Lakshmi Narayan. Therefore, when one worships the Lord according to regulative principles, the Lord accepts the service in the role of Lakshmi Narayan. In the Nectar of Devotion, full instructions are given about the Vidhi Marg worship of Radha Krishna. So Prabhupada writes, what are the various rules and regulations one should follow in worship of the Lord in the Vidhi Marg? In the Raga Marga, there is no consideration of offenses because the devotee on that platform is very elevated. It is not that the Raga Marga devotee is beyond the rules and regulations. No. Raga Marga devotee, he is so very absorbed in Krishna, he cannot think of not following the principles. That is ingrained in him. He doesn't have to think that I have to follow this, I have to follow that. That is ingrained. He says, to karna, normal, it is natural to follow the rules and regulations. That is the innate quality of a Raga Marga devotee. If we do not follow the regulative principles and Vidhi Marga and keep our eyes trained to spot offenses, we will not make progress. We have to be careful to avoid offenses. Otherwise, we will not make progress in our devotional service. And then Prabhupada continues to discuss about the other things. He has a beautiful eyes, beautiful form, worshipped by all the devotees. How the Lord has Charu Ayat Chaturbah, in his four hands he has Shankha Chakra Gada Padma to show mercy to devotees and to protect the devotees, to kill the demons. And then he describes about Snigdha Pravrida Ghanashyama. Okay, so we'll continue next time this remaining part of the Lord's beauty. We'll continue from verse number 47 in the next class. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Canto Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare